Hey guys, welcome to this video. Today we are going to study about two-dimensional arrays. So what is two-dimensional arrays? Two-dimensional array can be considered as a table that consists of rows and columns. Each element in two-dimensional array is referred with the help of two indexes. So there are two indexes in two-dimensional arrays. One index is used to indicate the row. So one index is for row and the second index indicates the column of the element. Syntax. The syntax of declaring two-dimensional array is as follows. First of all, data type, then identifier, name of array, and then row and columns. For example, the following statement declare two-dimensional array with 4 rows and 3 columns. So first number of rows, second number of columns. So 4 rows and 3 columns. Data type, the name of array, and then rows and then columns. So this is known as array declaration. We have declared an array containing 4 rows and 3 columns. The statement declare a two-dimensional array. The first index indicate array contains 4 rows. So first index indicate there are 4 rows. The index of first row is 0 and the index of last row is 3. The second index indicate that each row in array contains 3 columns. The index of first column is 0 and the index of last column is 2. Because 3 rows we are starting from 0 to, so 0 to 2. The total number of elements can be determined by multiplying the rows and columns. How many elements will be stored in the two-dimensional array can be calculated by multiplying the rows and columns. So 4 into 3, which is equal to 12. So we can store 12 elements in this two-dimensional array. How to calculate the total number of columns that can be stored in a two-dimensional array? Simply multiply rows with columns. 4 multiplied by 3, which is equal to 12. So we can store 12 elements in this two-dimensional array. So see, column 0, column 1, column 2. Similarly, row 0, row 1, 2, 3. This is row index and this is column. This way column and this is our rows. So first 0 row, 0 column. First row number, then column number. Then 0 row and column 1. 0 row and column 2. Now first row and 0 column, first row and column, first column, 1 row number 1 and column number 2. Similarly, row number 2 and column number 0, row number 2 and column number 1. This is column index and this is row index. Similarly, row number 2 and column number is also 2. Row number 3 and column number is 0. Row number 3 and column number is 1. Row number 3 and column number is 2. So if we have to store value as this index, we can write AR of 0, 0. If we have to store a value here, we can write AR of 3, 2. Means so rows and column index always start from 0. Accessing individual elements of 2D array. The array name and index of row and column are used to access individual element of 2D array. For example, the following statement will store 100 in the second column of first row in the array. So first row, second column, and 100 is stored there. So 100 will be stored here. First row and second column. See, first row, this is our first row and this is our second column. So 100 will be stored here. This is our first column, this is our second, and this is our third column. So first row and second column 100 will be stored here. Okay guys, now let's take some example for better understanding. First of all, I will declare an integer array with 3 rows and 4 columns. In this way we can declare our array. We can initialize arrays, two-dimensional array like this. Again curly braces, and here we will write the values. 12, 14, 15 and 16. We have 4 columns, so we have wrote 4 values: first column, second, third and fourth. Now comma, again these curly braces, 45, 46, 47, 48, again these parentheses, 88, 89, 45, 12, 4 columns, and at last semicolon. So this is our first row, this is our second row, and this is our third row. So 3 rows and 4 columns. This is our first column, this is our second, third and fourth. First column, second column, third column and fourth column. Again this is our first row, this is our second row and this is our third row. First column, second column, third column and fourth column. First column, second column, third column and fourth column. Similarly, first column, second column, third column and fourth column. In this way we can declare and initialize our two-dimensional array. Let me tab, so now better understand. This is our first row, second row, third row. This is our first column, this is our second column, this is our third column and this is our fourth column. So I have declared and initialized an array with 3 rows and 4 columns. First row, second row, third, first column, second column, third column and fourth column. Now we can display these values on the console window. How to display? We have to use nested loop. One loop for rows and second for column index. For int I is equal to 0, because array index always starts from 0. I is less than, we have 3 rows, so I have to write 3 here. This first loop is for rows, for changing rows, and I plus plus. Second loop for int j is equal to 0, semicolon, j is less than, how many columns we have? We have 4 columns. J is less than 4. Why less than? Because we are starting from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3 becomes 4. J plus plus. We have to increment the value of j. Now we can simply display our array on the console window. Cout name of our array, that is here. Then first is I, row index, second is j, our column index. And here we can write /t. It is used for tab, to give space between values. Here we have to write end of line, because when we will print our this first row, we will start a new line to print the second row. So here I am starting a new line. So guys, let's execute this program to check whether it's working fine or not. So we have printed our array successfully, 3 rows and 4 columns. So guys, in this way we can initialize our array and print the values of array. So here we can write down here cout values in 2-dimensional array are end of line. Values so guys, let's execute this program statement by statement manually. First of all, I have declared a 2-dimensional array containing 3 rows and 4 columns. Then I am displaying the values on the console window. So for int I is equal to 0, I contains 0 because I have assigned 0 to this I variable. 0 is less than 3, yes. Condition becomes true, so the control enter here. J is equal to 0, j is less than 4, j contains 0. So 0 is less than 4, yes, the condition becomes true. So cout AR of I 0, j contains 0. So 0 row 0 column. So this value is at 0 0 index. So 12 is printed on the console window. Then again our loop is terminating, so the control will shift here and j becomes 0 plus 1, so the value of j becomes 1. 1 is less than 4, yes, So again I contains 0, j now contains 1. So now j contains 1, 0, 1. This is our 0 row and first one column. So 14 is displayed. This 14 is displayed on the console window because this is our 0 row, this is our 0 column, and this is our first column. So this 14 is displayed here. /t, there is tab between the values, then our loop is again closing parenthesis braces. So the control will again jump here to increment the value of j. Now j becomes 2. So 2 is less than 4, yes. Again here of I contains 0, 2. So this is our 0 row and this is our 0, 1, 2, 2 column. So this value is displayed on the console window, 0, 2. Again closing, so value of this 15 is displayed 0, 2. This is our 0, 1, 2. So 15 is displayed on the console window. Again our loop is closing braces, so the control will jump here and increment the value of j, which was previously 2. So 2 plus 1, 3. 3 is less than 4, yes. Again 0, 3. So this is our 0 row and this is our third column, 0, 1, 2, 3. So 0 row and third column, this is our third column. So this 16 is displayed on the console window. So because we start column index always start from 0, row and column index start 0, so 0, 1, 2, 3. So this value will be displayed. Again control will come here and increment the value of j, so j becomes 4. 4 is less than 4, no. So the condition becomes false. The control will jump, skip the body of this inner loop, and control will directly jump here, and our pointer will be moved to the next line because this end of line. Now closing braces of our outer loop, so the control will jump here and increment the value of I by 1. So 0 plus 1, I becomes 1. 1 is less than 3, yes. So the control again comes here. In j is equal to 0, so j becomes 0. J is less than 4, 0 is less than 4, yes. Condition becomes true, so the control enter here and I contains 1, j contains 0, 1, 0. This is our first row and 0 column. So 45 is displayed here. Again /t is used for this tab, this space, and again closing braces of inner loop, so control will jump here, increment the value of j becomes 0 plus 1, 1. 1 is less than 4, again 1, here of 1, I contains 1, j contains 1, 1, 1. So this is our first row, first column. So 46 is displayed here. Again some space, tab, /t is used for tab. So value of j now becomes 1 plus 1, 2. So 2 is less than 4, yes. Again 1, 2. This is our first row and this is our 0, 1, 2. So 47 is displayed here. Again tab, this space, and closing braces of our, so control comes here, closing braces of our inner loop, so the control will again jump here. Now the value of j becomes 3. 2 plus 1, 3. So 3 is less than 4, yes. Again control enter the body of the loop because condition is true. So here of I contains 1, j contains 3, 1, 3. This is our row number 1. So 1 and column number 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So this 48 is displayed on the console window. So closing braces of inner loop, control will jump here again. So the j becomes 3 plus 1, 4. So value of j becomes 4. 4 is less than 4, no. So the condition becomes false. The control will skip the body of this inner loop and jump here. Control will directly jump here and start a new line. So our pointer will be moved to this new line here. Again, closing braces of our outer loop, so the control will jump here and increment the value of I, which was previously 1. So I 1 plus 1 becomes 2. So 2 is less than 3, yes. Condition becomes true, so the control enter the body of this outer loop. So again there is an inner loop. Int j is equal to 0, so j becomes 0. 0 is less than 4, yes, 0 is less than 4. So condition becomes true, control jump here, come here and display here of I contains 2 and j contains 0, 2, 0. This is our 0, 1, 2. This is our 2 row number 2. So 2 and 0, column number 0. So this 88 is displayed here. Again some tabs, so this space and closing braces of inner loop, control will jump here and increment the value of j. J becomes 0 plus 1, 1. 1 is less than 4, yes. See out again 3, 1. So this is our, I have the value of I was 2. So 2, 1. This is our 0, row number 0, 1, 2. So this is row number 2 and column number is 1. So 89 is displayed on the console window. Again space, tab, and then control will jump here to increment the value of j. So j becomes 1 plus 1, 2. 2 is less than 4, yes. Again see out 2, row number 2 and column number also 2. So this is our row number 2 and this is our column number 2. So 45, 0, 1, column number 1 and column number 2. So 45 is displayed here because 2 row number 2 and column number is also 2. So 45 is displayed. Again tab, some space and control will jump here and the value of j now becomes 2 plus 1, 3. So 3 is less than 4, yes. Condition becomes true, so the control enter the body of this inner loop and display C out, console out. It means it will display the output on this console window. So here of 2, row number 2, this is our row number 2 and column number 3, this is our 0, 1, 2, 3. So 2 row, third column number 3. So this 12 is printed on the console window. Again the control will jump here and increment the value of j. So j becomes 3 plus 1, 4. 4 is less than 4, no. Condition becomes false, so the control skip the body of this inner loop and directly jump here and start a new line. Again closing braces of our outer loop, so the control will again jump here to increment the value of I. So I becomes 2 plus 1, 3. So the control will again check the condition, 3 is less than 3, no. So the condition becomes false and our control will skip the body of this outer loop and directly jump here and our program terminates. So guys, in this way we can display the two-dimensional array on the console window. So guys, this is it for this video. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. Programming languages. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.